Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for? I watch people get stuck and frozen, and that breaks my heart, 'cause I was once stuck and frozen too. Greatest superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people.
Good. Well, welcome all. This is exciting to have you all here. This is the first Real Raw Open that I host. Ultimately, it's all about bringing professionals together and creating frictionlessness. So that's what this is all about. The Real Raw Open. It's about co-creating simple, fun, magical micro distinctions and frictionlessness that free exponential abundance in our money, time, and magic. So said differently, is small input, exponential output. So I want to start introducing everyone here, and we want to start with our amazing judges that we have today. We've got Jan Hargrave in the house, body language experts. If you don't mind, Jan, giving us 30 seconds about you and your superpower and where you're from.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Jan. I'm the pink glasses queen. But besides that, I'm a body language expert. So I study how people use their hands and their arms and their eyes and their shoulders, and then I interpret it and tell you what's going on in their head. So while we're together today, I'm going to be kind of watching some of you and maybe give you some good, loving feedback about maybe how to use your hands even more productively, because you want to display warmth and you want to display confidence. So that's what my job is. I'm pleased to see everyone. I'm so happy that you asked me to be with you, Andreas. You know, my heart is with you.
Thank you. Thank you for your beautiful words, and we're honored to have you here. So thank you. We got Susan Hum, the love hacker, the one and only. Please, Susan, share your greatness, 30 seconds, and fun fact about you.
All right. Well, love hacker here. My co-partner, Jan Hargrave, we are the walking lie detector together, because what she does is she watches you on the outside. I watch you from the inside. We want to see your love, your truth, because that's what we love. And I see whether you're telling me everything from your heart or from your head. So I'm here to show you how beautiful you are, and I want to see it outright. And that's what I do. I hack you to your truth.
Thank you, Susan. Grateful that you're here. Thank you for showing us that superpower and helping us here today. Next up, powerhouse Tiffany Armstrong. Welcome.
Amazing. Thank you, Andres. It's so good to be here with all of you. Well, we have the body language specialist, then we have the love hacker, and then we have me. I am totally blind, but don't let that fool you. I am very powerful, and I hear exactly what you're saying. And I like to think that I can read minds as well. So I know also what truly is going on in there. So there's no hiding from me, unless physically, but no, truly, I'm just here to have a fun time. I'm certain that influence is a superpower, and it can be taught and it can be learned. So I'm just happy to drop into some distinctions with all of you today, and make some magical outcomes. So thank you.
Boom. Boom. Thank you, Tiffany. All right, beautiful. Well, up next, we're going to jump right in with the participants and get you to share 30 seconds about yourself. So where you're from, what you're up to in the world, and a fun fact about yourself. So it might sound something like this, like, hi, everyone. My name is Andres Rivera Hurtado. I am from Bayamón, Puerto Rico, and I free people from their worst enemy into the abundance that they want to create in their life. And a fun fact about me is I speak 4 languages. Español, Francés, Portugués, and a little bit of English. So we're good. So it might sound something like that. 30 seconds to keep time integrity. Let's start with Amanda.
Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda Steinberg. I'm here from Philadelphia, and I am the co-founder of a company called Hire You, Marketing Mastery for Movement Builders. For the last 20 years, I've been working at the cross-section of social impact and digital. And I'm most known for a company called Daily Worth, which I grew to over 1 million subscribers and sold in 2017. And a fun fact about me was that during 2019, I became in charge of digital fundraising for Marianne Williamson for president without any prior political background. And at the nights of the Detroit debate, I almost accidentally walked out on stage.
Wow. It's an honor to have you here, Amanda. Thank you. I've seen the work that you do and how you've helped me in terms of clarity with that. So it's the person to go for anything related to movement shakers. Juan A. Ramos, business lawyer and powerhouse, helping people here in Puerto Rico with their businesses. So Juan, please share where you're from, what are you up to, and a fun fact about yourself.
Thank you, Andres. Nice seeing you again. Well, I am, my name is Juan A. Ramos, sharing with you from beautiful San Juan, Puerto Rico. I am a business developer, an attorney, a notary public, almost in my practice exclusively dedicated to preventive legal planning and risk management. My fun fact would be that as of right now, at my age, I'm entering my third career as in commercial scale agriculture. My first career was planting a whole lot of cement. This time I'm going to be planting a whole lot of life, hopefully here in beautiful Puerto Rico.
Beautiful. Revolutionizing agriculture here. Love it, my friend. Happy to have you here.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. So up next, we got another revolutionary in the legal industry. We got Alexiomar Rodriguez in the house. Welcome, brother. How are you today?
Hi, how are you?
Doing great. So share with us.
So you're listening. Did I sound okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Yes, so my name is Alexiomar Rodriguez. I'm also from San Juan, Puerto Rico, with my beautiful wife, who will introduce herself shortly. I'm 27 years old. I worked at one of the biggest Puerto Rico law firms with commercial litigation, and I quit to start my own law firm. It's actually a virtual law office. It's called Seed, and we help creative Spanish-speaking entrepreneurs to start, grow, and protect their businesses through innovative legal solutions in the new economy. So as a guitar player, musician, those are part of my fun facts. I help other people manage their intellectual property, trademarks, copyrights, also the business side of the creative entrepreneurs. And specifically, my clients are almost each one of them in the entertainment industry. So I help mainly influencers, artists, musicians, sports people, all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Amazing. Well, super excited to have you here, brother. So let's just keep it on the same camera and go with Andrea Paola Collazo. Welcome. Thank you for giving us your presence here as well.
Thank you. As you said, my name is Andrea Paola Collazo Rally. I also live in San Juan, Puerto Rico. I am 27 years old and I am an attorney. I work at a law firm in Atorrey, and we basically do commercial litigation. We also do arbitration and corporate law as well. And our main areas of focus are the health, food, and telecommunications industry. And recently this year, I started an initiative to help law students so they can thrive during law school as well as when they become young professionals. And fun fact, I think, is I absolutely love donuts. Everywhere I go, everywhere I visit, I always look for a donut shop and I buy some, like a dozen. And I also play the cajon.
Would you, next time that we have you here, you have to bring it out and perform something for us. No, but thank you for being here. Up next, let's go over to Arizona. We got my friend Alejandro Espinosa. Welcome, brother. How are you today? Give us 30 seconds about you, what you're up to, and a fun fact about yourself.
Awesome. Hello, everybody. My name is Alejandro Espinosa. I live in the beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. I am blissfully married, have 3 wonderful children. I am the founder and CEO of Clemsos Transport. We own a fleet of 9 semi-trucks. We haul freight throughout US, Mexico, and Canada. I'm also the founder and CEO of Dealer Lineup. We are currently patent pending an invention that will revolutionize the entire.
You were cutting off there a little bit, but we were able to hear cancer survivor, CEO, revolutionizing the banking industry. Amazing to have you here, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
All right. So up next, we got the doctor who's been helping me with a minor accident that I had a couple weeks ago, helping me with my spine. There's some people who caused that on this call, but all good. It's all with love. We got Adrian Collazo, the chiropractor of Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. Welcome, Adrian.
Hello, everybody. I am currently in Ponce, Puerto Rico, a little far away from the other Puerto Ricans in the island. So I'd say maybe an hour and 15 minutes away. But I am originally from San Juan, just like the other participants here. Fun fact, I just bought my first clinic here in Ponce, so that's why I'm here. I am at a coffee shop right now, so I just left the practice just now, hopped on the car, got on a coffee shop, and I am here for you guys. So I'm real happy and excited to see what's up.
Thank you. No, thank you for having you here. I appreciate it. With all the things that you're doing, thank you for being here. Welcome.
Absolutely, and definitely we'll be helping Andres with his little thingy, little bump on the head.
With my spine. Yes, I've been doing amazing work with my spine. Yes, yes, thank you. Awesome. All right. Well, up next, my brother from the same mother, we got Savi. Welcome. Share with us, 30 seconds about you, what you're up to in the world, fun fact about you, and yeah, please.
Well, yeah, as you heard, a brother from the same mother. I'm from Bayamón, Puerto Rico. I'm a 27-year-old actor, and I own and operate High on Life Films Incorporated, a boutique production company based in San Juan, Puerto Rico, in which I specialize in scaling businesses and entrepreneurs with the creation of cinematic commercial videos. So, storytelling.
Amazing. So, how about a fun fact about you?
Fun fact, keeping it in the improvisational world, I can say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious 3 times, really fast. And if that one, the first one was just to prove it, because if I just say it, I can do that Mary Poppins thing. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
There you go. There was a lot of laughter growing up, and Savi was the main contributor to all of that entertainment. So thank you for having you here, brother. Awesome. So up next, we got Ariana, transforming the yoga industry here in Puerto Rico. So please welcome Ariana, share a little bit about you and what you're up to, and a fun fact.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ariana Cintron. I'm from San Juan, Puerto Rico also. I'm very happy to be here with you. So I work in holistic healing and wellness. So I've dedicated the last 11 years to studying, practicing, and sharing yoga techniques, self-knowledge, and ways of finding inner peace, so to raise the collective consciousness. And fun fact, I like to travel to different new destinations every year to take workshops and learn new skills. Example, in last February, I was in Australia and Bali, mastering handstand balancing.
There you go. It takes a lot to go to the other side of the world to master handstands. Well, there you have it. If you want to master handstands and you want to learn something new, you got someone to reach out. That does work virtually. Awesome. And then last but not least, thank you for being here, Ariana, again. Last but not least, we got Abe, we got Abraham Mateo, the electronic king of distribution out in New York. Abe, how are you doing, brother?
How's everyone doing? What a pleasure it is to be here and just listen to everyone's stories and what they do. It's a lot of magic. Yeah, I see what you're doing, Andres. My name is Abraham Mateo. My company is High Tech Premier Inc. We are electronic wholesale distributors. We partner with companies like Apple, Best Buy, Walmart, and we help to source all types of electronics, phones, laptops, MacBooks, the whole shebang. And that's really a lot of fun doing that. And an interesting fact is that I dropped out of Columbia University to do exactly that. And I have not looked back since then. And it's been a wild ride.
Wow.
That's awesome. And hey, Andres, thank you. And for your patience, I was completing another amazing Real Raw Open, or actually moving through that beautiful process. I hear acceleration, and who was Mr. Mateo's first name is?
Abraham. Yes,
Abraham.
welcome, Sean. Abraham.
Yeah, thank you. Abraham, what year were you at, year or years were you at Columbia?
In 2016 to 2017.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So it was a little before your time there. But I was a Columbia grad. You know, I'm Sean Callaghy. We'll get back to me later. But congratulations on realizing where true education comes from and making things happen in the world like you are. Awesome job.
Thank you for the acknowledgement.
Yeah, so Sean, we just introduced everyone. We're missing the great Stevie G. Stevie G's in the house. My brother from another mother. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you, sir. I'm surprised that with that big logo behind me, you would have missed my introduction. Well, thank you very much. I think it's because Andres and I have spent so much time over the last couple of days together that I'm just naturally part of his life, and he thinks everybody already knows me. Thank you for inviting me to participate here as a participant. Normally, I'm a judge at these events, but it's fun to be on the other side of the camera. My name is Steve Gallegos. I'm currently live in Denver, Colorado, beautiful Denver. And I'm a personal development expert, and my superpower is training entrepreneurs and business owners how to communicate better on stage, in front of the camera, etc. So teaching them public speaking, and I have a course called Become a Natural Born Speaker. And that's to teach people the skill of doing what we already do naturally. I'm also a former U.S. Marine, a former police officer, and a former trial lawyer from Los Angeles. And one of the things, a fun fact about me is while I was pursuing my careers as a Marine, a police officer, and as a trial lawyer, I was also pursuing a career as the modern day Julio Iglesias. I had the privilege of traveling to Puerto Rico to record in Cheyenne's studios there in San Juan. And I like to say, as a result of that, my CD was nominated for a Grammy Award in the year 2000.
Wow, I did not know all about that. So next time, we have to do an event here in Puerto Rico. Like, that's something that's going to happen.
Big event.
Thank you. Thank you for blessing us with your presence here. And as a participant, glad to have you. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Awesome. So we were completed with introductions. Sean, ultimately, we're going into the role plays, or do you want to say something before we roll into that?
Yeah, sure. Just a quick intro. By the way, Andres, why are you doing this today? So let's drop in there.
Yes. Well, I'm wanting to bring consciousness to the way people get to yes, the way people go after what they want. And ultimately, there's a way to communicate. And it's been something that's difficult for me in the past, to communicate my feelings, to express my ideas out of fear, out of certain fears that I accepted from me in the past. And through the work of Sean and communicating and ultimately learning a formula behind how to go from hello to yes, it's transformed my life in the last 6 to 8 months. So I'm super grateful, and I want what I have for others. It's aligned with what I do and with my mission to impact not just all of humanity, but 487 million Hispanics worldwide. So that's why I'm doing this. And it's an honor to co-host this with you, Sean, and have you here present and share your superpower with all of us. So thank you.
Well, you have that superpower. Everybody here has that superpower, and is the attainable superpower. So real quickly, hey, thanks for being here. My name is Sean Callaghy. 23 years ago, I realized after graduating from Columbia University and Seton Hall Law School with honors that they forgot to put on the brochure that influence is a superpower, and the ability to market, to sell, and to lead was something that would dictate whether or not you had the money, the time, and the magic in many ways that you wanted in your life. Not that money is required for magic, but freedom of time, freedom of energy was important. And when I was working at that law firm the first 3 months, I was working 14 to 16 hours a day, every single day, because that's just what it took. And it wasn't going to end soon. It was never going to end. Because I look at people who are 20, 25 years down the road from where I was, and they worked that kind of schedule. And very few people had freedom, except for 2 guys. And I'm like, why do those guys look happy? They're tan, and things are kind of flowing. And what I found out was they were the people that generated the work in the business. They were enterprising, brilliant, incredible, and they created a speaking platform It happened to be in the docks of New Jersey, where there was asbestos litigation, and they were creating relationships in that space, and they were leading union people and all sorts of things. And then I started looking around and realizing that whether it was in the corporate boardrooms or the docks of New Jersey and everywhere in between, the people that had more freedom of choice and impact were the people who were speaking, presenting, connecting with other human beings. So I'm like, I got to figure out how to do this. So I literally quit my job and said, I'm going to jump off a cliff. I had no contacts, no connections, was $100,000 in debt. And I'm going to figure out whether or not this stuff works. And it did. And it was remarkable. And it was incredible. And that's what we're here to unpack. Built a 40-person law firm in 2 years, starting my credit card. I currently own a 125-person law firm, offices in 5 states. We've turned Unblinded in a pandemic into a multi-million-dollar enterprise, which people said was absolutely, utterly impossible. We went from running one Real Raw, which we think is the #1 experience. It's been called by other people, not me, people that we've met in the world, the #1 experiential marketing hack in the world in the last decade. And now we're running, we'll be running the month of second half of October. Oh, let's do it this way. In November, we will run far past 100 Real Raws in the month. And I'm confident that we'll be running 100 Real Raws a day in 12 months. And what this is all about is about connecting, sharing your amazingness, and unlocking the superpower of influence and what to do with it. Andreas, brother, back to you.
That was amazing, Sean. Thank you for all you do. And this is the beginning of. There's a lot of people here from Puerto Rico, and it's the beginning of what will be known as Real Raw Puerto Rico moving forward, and doing this in Spanish. So super excited for all of you non-Spanish speakers as well. Like, welcome, we love you, and off we go. So on to the next round.
One quick fun fact, Andres. Sorry.
Yep.
So my fun fact is,
Sure.
I'm a blind guy. I'm blind. That taught a blind guy to surf. Taught a blind guy to win carnival amusement games, and jumped out of an airplane not knowing, because Tony Robbins caused that. I've spoken on 7 of his last 8 events on stage, and I've been in Puerto Rico many times. My ex-wife is from Puerto Rico, and her entire family, and we are on good terms, and it's all good. So back to you, Andres.
Well, next time that you're here, we got to hit the waves. That's something that has to happen.
That's
awesome.
So take us in.
Awesome. Well, round 2 is this is the real fun part, and when we're stepping into role playing. So I will be your amazing role player. I'm gonna be whoever you want me to be, and we're gonna go in 3 minutes. We're going from hello to yes. So think about a yes that you really, really want, that's really important to you. What's a yes that you're looking for? Because a yes unlocks everything. Unlocks your dreams, unlocks your projects, ultimately what you want to achieve. And it can be something, make it something that's important to you. What's a yes that you're looking for? And you're taking me from hello to yes in 3 minutes. So you're gonna hear, right, Sean? You're gonna hear a sound at the 1 minute mark, and ultimately off we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So
with 1 minute to go, 30 seconds to go, and done. Yeah. Back to you, Andres.
Awesome. All right. Well, anybody that's wanting to start first, uptakers, or you want, I'll just do it at random. I'll do it at random then. Let's go with Juan A. Ramos. Please tell me who do you want me to be. I can be any avatar that you want. It's your choice.
Let's say, thank you, Andres. Let's say you are a business person, a restaurant owner, for example.
Okay. All right. So I'm a restaurant owner. And
Right.
you're calling me. So I was referred, or you're just calling me out of the blue.
I am. We know each other. You have shared about your business with me before. We are in a chat, maybe casual, maybe planned, whichever you would like it to be.
Okay. All right. So I'll be a restaurant owner.
There you
Amazing. All right. Start when you're ready.
So if I go ahead, Andres, how are you? How's business? What's keeping you up awake at night?
Hey, Juan. Yes. No. Great to hear you. What's keeping me up awake at night? Well,
Yes. What's the worries today with your business? How is it doing?
Well, yeah, as you know, with all this coronavirus thing, and having regulations from the government, it's been tough to just keep the flow of business, especially when there's limited seats available for people. So, I'm hanging in there, but it's definitely a challenge. One for the books.
What about do you have other businesses that this one could affect in turn, or that could be that could affect your restaurant business? How's your survivability at this point? What do you think is your biggest risk right now?
So when you say survivability,
For the survival of your business, are you mean, I mean, if you have legal risk, you have lawsuits, if you have problems with your cash flow, can you keep the business running?
Well, right now we're on a loan, right? So ultimately, it's, you know, we're burning through cash, but I mean, ultimately we're breaking even with everything. It's being difficult.
Yeah.
So there might be some things that I'm not seeing, but please, like, do you see something that I'm not seeing right now?
Well, you have. Sure. Well, you know, we would have to sit down a bit further to get some more information from you. But for example, if you have personal guarantees that you may be, if you have provided a personal guarantee for your loan, these may be things that can affect, you know, through lawsuits, your home. If you have different businesses, that one of them, for example, I know that you have your other business as Andres Rivera, whether, for example, you could have problems with your restaurant that could affect your profitability on the other side, or make it be brought to answer for the debts of the restaurant. I mean, as you are in a cash crisis, it could result in legal exposure, in risks, in lawsuits, and these are things that should be looked into. There are ways to protect them for that. You can separate businesses, you can limit your legal exposure, you can protect the home, you can protect your family. In case something happens to you, you're the only income provider. And what would happen to your kids, to your wife, in case you were not around?
Yeah, and I can see how that can be important to take a look at.
Yeah, you have preventive legal planning. If you plan in advance, when you are going to have difficulties, you will always end up needing an attorney. There are two ways to go about it. You can either plan in advance, or you can face a lawsuit later on. Maybe something that we should sit down and talk about.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's if it's help, if it's preventing me from losing all I have, then yeah, let's talk so we can be ready.
Okay, well, so we got 2 yeses right there. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you. Awesome job.
Thank you. Thank you. That was fun. I had to make it up as I was going. So sorry if I am not too good an actor as some other people in the in the meeting are. Sorry for that. I don't think I was born for that. But thank you so much for the opportunity. This was different.
Yeah, great job. Hey, so who are the judges today? Just double checking.
So we got Susan Hum, we got Jan Hargrave, and we have Tiffany Armstrong.
Oh my goodness, pulling out the big guns. Today. So let's go, Susan, what do you have?
All right. Hi, Sean. Hi, everybody. Okay. Great job, Juan. I mean, you went into the whole, process of really understanding exactly what he was struggling with very quickly. So you did a good job of that. And I actually realize what you do in detail now, which is great. The only thing I have to say is that Andreas was in his head the entire time. And you did a good enough job to get to the yes, to get to the next stage. However, if he had 3 lawyers talking to him, the only distinction that you would need to make is make sure that he stays inspired. And when you asked the question, what's keeping you up at night? I was so excited because I was waiting for his answer, because I thought he was going to talk about what inspires him every day to run a restaurant. But then it got changed to what worries do you have at night? And that's where he went from his heart, because he was excited. I could feel his energy to talk. And then he went into, oh my gosh, what am I worried about? So one distinction I want to make here is that keep them inspired, because you never know who's going to come in and talk to him next. And that's what would make you different. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow.
Yes, excellent. The one, the only, world's greatest expert in body language, Jan, a little bit too long. Jan Hargrave, what do you got for 30 seconds of feedback for Juan, my friend?
muted, Jan.
Sean, it's so good to see Sean. I missed him. Juan, you did a good job, Juanie, but I got a few little things that I think you can improve on, okay? You know, you have to think about body language when you're trying to sell yourself across on these virtual screens, because I'll give you these three numbers. 55% of our communication is nonverbal, 38% of our communication is voice inflection, and just 7% of our communication comes from the words that we say. So you have to project solid, you know, like a solid person when you're coming across this screen, because that may be the only thing they have to see of you to see if they trust you. So I thought you had a great smile, you had great enthusiasm, but I would have made sure if I was you, I don't want you to swing your shoulders like this, nor do I want you to swing your chair, because that's called a displacement gesture, Juan. And when you do that, you look nervous to another person. So I want you to not do that. And I want you to make sure that you give really, really good eye contact, even if sometimes you have to look at the camera, because when you're looking at the camera, it looks like you're looking at the person. So you have to make sure it's as though you're in person with them when you're talking with them now. And the thing is that you want to connect and you want to make rapport with them. So Andreas was so solid. You know, your voice, Andreas, was soft. It was kind of like an even keel. I just saw that solidness around you. And sometimes we have to mimic the people we're trying to sell to, because when you get like them, they trust you faster. So Juan, when you saw this solidness with Andreas, you would have almost had to stop for a minute and stay still and get on his same level to get him to really correspond with you. But for your enthusiasm and your dedication, I gave you a 9.2 on.
Wow, awesome. I like that. Thank you so much.
Janet's one of the most powerful speakers in the world, literally. Unbelievable magic tricks. And if everybody is like interested, maybe we could persuade Jan to tell us what a dangling foot and where it's pointing means. Don't tell yet, Jan.
Okay, I won't tell yet. Okay, I'll keep it. Surprise, surprise.
All right, Andres, Sarah, who's next?
Awesome. Let's take it down to Alejandro.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
So, Andres, I'm sorry, guys. My connection says that it's unstable. So if I lose you, I can dial back and just do like an audio call. But Andres, you are going to be Mark Cuban, and you recently gave away your phone number on a radio show when COVID happened. So that's how I got your number. All right.
Okay. Alejandro's going big time. Going big time. Take us in, sir.
Go big or don't go at all.
That's it. Let's go.
So, hello, is this Mark?
Hey, yes. Who is this?
Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark. My name is Alejandro Espinosa. I got your number from a radio show that you recently did. And Mark, I wanted to ask you a question. How would you like to disrupt the entire financial industry?
Well, brother, that's all I do. That's all I disrupt industries all over the place. So talk to me. What do you got?
Well, Mark, you know that retail, among many other industries, have been devastated during COVID. And with a new normal, buyers are now relying on virtually doing everything from going to school virtually, from going to church and purchasing at home and online shopping. And Mark, patent and invention is going to higher finance industry, and my goal is to end the loan application and underwriting process for any consumer purchases. And these are done by electronically underwriting loan application information on the go in real time. Mark, I know that with the pandemic and Shark Tank not being able to be on the air, you still need to scale your VC portfolio. And if only half of what I'm saying is true, isn't it worth 10 minutes of your time to hear me out?
Well, listen, my friend, I get a lot of requests every single day, but with what you're saying and your energy, you caught my attention. So if you can make it happen in 10 minutes, I can give you those 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mark. And I have self-funded this project until now, and I'm looking to partner with the best. Someone like you that you can take this project further than I could ever imagine. Are you available to discuss further this Friday?
Before I confirm it though, like how do I know that, you know, this is, because again, like I get a lot of requests, but how do I know this is not just something, not just something like the rest of the the offers or the projects that I receive?
Well, I wouldn't be patent pending if the idea wasn't available. And being close to the examination process, once the patent is awarded to us, anybody who's applying any of this information or invention, they have to do the work through us. And in this case, through us, including you. So if you're ready to disrupt the financial industry, let's go.
Well, let's talk. You got 10 minutes.
That's all I need.
All right, thank you so much. Let's. I'll send you over to my
And then that's
assistant.
it.
We'll get it set up.
Thank you, Mark.
All right.
Awesome.
Great job, Alejandro. Alejandro, how'd that feel for you?
Very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. I only had a little preparation to do, but I did it anyways.
Awesome. I think you did a great job. Andres, how'd that feel for you?
Yes, I was trying my best to do a Mark Cuban impersonation and just throw in a curveball there, but you know, it felt like, hey, it's 10 minutes, it's revolutionary, it's patented, it makes sense. You got 10 minutes, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
But
So
it felt like
awesome job. Tiffany Armstrong, what do you got? And by the way, can you give me some social proof? Am I a blind guy that taught a blind guy to surf?
Yes, you are a blind guy that taught the blind guy, my husband, how to surf and literally how to throw wiffle balls into buckets that were maybe, I don't know, 20, 25, 30 feet away at a beautiful place called Treasure Island. So yes.
Awesome. And what do you got for Alejandro from your brilliance in the formula?
Amazing. Thank you. Alejandro, first of all, I think I know you. I grew up in your side of town. So first of all, that would be interesting offline. Second of all, yeah, no, I loved your opening. What you did, what we call scotoma. You actually physically scotomaed me, which opens up my listening. It does to everybody. And then you dropped in with some beautiful information. So that was a beautiful beginning, like in the nines. And then you went into some uncertainty. Sorry, my 5-year-old just walked in the room. And then you ended in some confidence, and I loved your ending. So all in all, good job, but definitely need to work on the meat of the sandwich.
Awesome. Excellent.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Yeah. Susan, what do you got?
All right, so I agree with everything Tiffany said. You started with the excitement, which is fantastic. You were highly assertive, and you could have softened up the assertive, which assertive is good, but when you don't soften up by getting to know exactly why that would excite him in terms of what Andreas would benefit from. So asking 1 or 2 questions, because you had time, would have really softened and packaged it up in perfection.
All right, excellent job. And how about a score, Susan?
That would be a 9.5.
Nice, great job, Alejandro. Andres, who is next?
Awesome. All right, let's go over with Adrian Collazo. Dr. Adrian Collazo. All right, who do you want me to
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, hello,
Yeah.
Doc.
All right. Hey, guys. I just have to say those first 2 were excellent. I was not expecting all of that, but definitely I am about to try my best from here. So here goes. I want Andres to be, since I'm in a coffee shop, you're in a coffee shop, you're just regular Joe at the line. And I see you from the back, and I see you have a higher shoulder, and you're pretty much holding your empty cup of Joe like this. And so I spotted you, a prospective client that I can help, right? Or a patient in this case, right?
Awesome.
Doc, take us in.
All right, so I'm poking you from the back. Hello there, sir. What's your name?
Hi, how are you? Yeah, Andres. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Adrian Collazo, actually. And I noticed you were here. Are you from the area?
Yes. I live about 15 minutes away. I just taking my daily coffee.
Excellent. Well, I'm the new guy in town. I come from all the way from San Juan, which is like an hour drive, and I just moved here, and I opened up a clinic. And I couldn't help noticing that you had a little bit of a kink on your neck, and I feel like you're shrugging a shoulder up. Is that correct?
Wow, I'm surprised that you noticed, but yeah, it's been it's been a pain that I've had a couple weeks for a couple
All right.
weeks.
Well, I am a
What sort of clinic do you have?
Well, I am a
Oh, wow.
chiropractor, and I specialize in that exact condition that you are actually showing. And I just wanted you to know that if you leave that untreated, that could lead to a bit more serious conditions. For example, headaches and stuff like that. You don't want that further down the road. So
Yeah, I definitely don't. What would you suggest?
So here's my card, and if just give me a call, and I'll definitely be able to help you out. I'm here at the plaza in the middle of the municipality, so just give me a call, and my girls will be able to help you out on the phone.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, doctor. I appreciate you seeing
I guess
that
I didn't. I guess I didn't ask you anything for a yes there, but
Doc, how did that feel for you?
For me?
Yeah.
Definitely a bit awkward.
Yeah. So listen, this is why superpowers and influence, and we're here to do it. So you're courageous, vulnerable, outstanding job today. Andreas, how did that feel for you?
It felt natural. You know, Adrian has this natural ability to be likable, you know, and he transfers his energy very well. So do it more, because that vulnerability shows up and you can impact a lot of people.
I think he's just saying that because I from time to time, I have his neck on my hands. You know what I'm saying?
So Andres, I'm going to be turning this into your capable hands just a moment. And this is an awesome job. And, you know, for everybody to just really be present to this, what we're creating here is a space for acceleration for people. A space for acceleration in people's money, their time, and magic. And the unblinded formula, which is on display only in the influence mastery part, not its process mastery and self mastery, supports the unlocking of that. And for so many people who are good, heart-centered, good-natured, well-intentioned, there's something that just leads to it just all not coming together. You know, people could be great in a sales meeting, but not get enough sales meetings. People might be great at having sales meetings, but not enough sales. People might be great at having sales and sales meetings, but somehow never, ever accumulate money. Like there's something that's missing. And the formula is designed to take you there. This is the beginning of a relationship. If it's the end, just remember this, that all the money, time, and magic you want in the world is a science. It's a heart-centered science rooted in math, right? That's what's present. But hopefully this is just the beginning, and Andres is going to crush it and take it home. Susan, with your amazing leadership, if you can keep time integrity as well as we rock and roll. Andres, you are awesome, brother. You're doing a phenomenal job. Thank you, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye. Awesome. All right, well, judges. So Jan, what do you have for Adrian?
I thought Adrian was great, and I know where Ponce is, Adrian, because I taught a class in Caguas, Puerto Rico. I did a university class there. But the great thing about you, Adrian, look, you had a great smile. You have great enthusiasm in your voice. And what was wonderful is that your shoulders were even, because even in body language, this is what we say, unevenness of shoulders. If someone stays like this too long in a conversation, it means indecisiveness of person. So it's strange how what I teach also has something to do with what you also do for people, because we train people, you know, keep your shoulders straight, because when your shoulders are straight, you come across as honest and dependable. So even in a call, it's the same way. So then I put some other things. I put great smile. You had really good hand gestures. And that's what I want our others who are going to come up next to know. Sometimes you have to show people your hands, not crazy hands, but just a little bit of hand motion, because people get to trust you faster when they can see your hands every now and then. Not a really big expression, but to get to trust you quicker, they're going to have to see your hands, and you did that so well. You had this sincere interest about you, I thought, Mr. Adrian. And then when Sean asked you, he said, how did it feel for you? And so, Adrian, you went like this. You took your right hand, you put your right hand to your chest. So when someone does this, this is the most sincere honesty gesture there is in the whole world of body language. So when you did that, it meant it was emotional, it was personal, and that you were really honest. I gave you a 9.6. I thought it was incredibly good.
Thank you. Oh my God. I think it's the coffee.
Fun safe.
Amazing. Thank
Thank you
you,
very
Jen.
much.
All right, Tiffany, what do you got?
Yes, that was absolutely amazing. You know, I can't see the smile on your face, but it is very present in your voice, sir. And it was absolutely beautiful. I loved your beginning. I love the humbleness, but yet you know you can fix him and you know you can help him, which I'm grateful because it's partly my fault. So, you know, I'm just really, really glad. And I too, I give you an 8.5. That was very good. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you, Tiffany. All right, so up next we got Amanda, movement shaker. Who do you want me to be?
I don't know. I can't because I'm new here and I've like, is it, can you just, I mean, I've got like 3 people in my head. Can you just give me a little more structure so that I like do the thing right? And then I'll jump right in.
Sure. Yeah, all good. Yeah, I mean, it's ultimately just going from a yes that you want the most. So out of
Okay, fine.
those
All
3
right.
people,
Okay.
yeah, it can be if they're all be up there, just select one. I know you got this.
Cool. All right. So your name is Patricia and you run an investment management, a venture capital fund focused on women-owned companies. And you really want to grow the, should I tell you more than that or should I just tell you, how much should I tell you about her?
I mean, if I need to know specifics, then I can use that. Yeah.
Okay, so she runs a venture capital fund focused on women-owned investments, and she doesn't want to take our program. She wants to hire us as consultants, and I'm trying to explain to her why the yes I want. So do I tell you more about what the yes I want?
I'm assuming the yes you want is to work with you.
She wants to hire. She wants me to do all the work. I want her to join the program. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
You follow?
All right, beautiful.
I don't know.
Take us away.
Right. Okay. So Pat, tell me more about what it is that you're trying to achieve right now in terms of why is growth so important to you?
Well, you know, being a woman in this industry, you know, and especially in the investment side of it, and helping others grow, like all I want to do is give other women this possibility, you know, and that's why I reached out to you, because it's a movement. It's my why. All I want to do is help women entrepreneurs grow their investment capital, ultimately make things happen and make this world a better place. So yeah, that's ultimately what I want.
Yeah, and it's great. I totally get that we want to work together, and I'm thrilled, and I absolutely want, especially with my 10 years in finance, I know how to speak your language. I also understand that you feel really busy right now, and that this may be overwhelming for you to take on in terms of the work that's involved. So I know that's what's getting in the way of us working together is you would like me to do all the work for you, whereas I would like to bring you into our community and show you how to do the work, how to make everything work. But we have this kind of time and effort level disconnect. What else can I answer for you to help you understand if this is the right opportunity for you?
Yeah, well, I guess I'm wanting to. I want to know exactly what I need to do, and I don't want to get lost, and I don't want to invest for them to like not do it, and because I've done other programs in the past, so I'm just really wanting something that gets me where I want to be, and I'm not sure if I can do it alone. Like,
I totally get that you've done other programs in the past and that you aren't sure that you want to do it this way. I completely respect that. The thing that is really vital for you to understand is that what we are doing is we are helping you grow your audience the way you need to as an authentic expression of your movement. And the problem is if you hire someone, even me who knows your work so well, if it's not infused at its core with your vision and your mission and an extension of you and what only you know, there's a big risk that it's not going to work. That's why we've structured our program is, yes, it is a large amount of work, but it works better than anything else because it does involve a lot of collaboration between us.
Okay, I see that. So would you say that you guys hold me accountable for me to ultimately every week be on my, like, right on track, or like,
Yeah,
is
we
that a part
absolutely
of the,
do. And we're building a support team to do a lot of the grind with you. But I don't want to, so yes, all the accountability measures there, we're building out our support team so that, thank you. But I was about to say something flip. We're good.
No, but yes, I would love to. I mean, if listen, I wanted to work with you in the first place. I mean, it's a little bit scary to just jump into it like that and just do it on my own. But hey, listen, I trust you. I can relate to what you're saying, so I'm on board. Yes. Thank you. All right, awesome job, Amanda. How did that feel for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's kind of like, you know, being a salesperson for 20 years, at a certain point, people are qualified leads when they want what you sell. You know what I mean? And part of me is in the place where if people just want all the work done for them, then maybe they're not a qualified lead. But I spend a lot of time on the phone with people who are like, "Can I just hire you?" I'm like, "No, you can't." It doesn't make sense to do it that way. So I don't know. I guess it's just a question for me of how much time, whether or not I even try to influence those people who maybe it disqualifies them if they don't want to do the work.
Well, if someone knows how to build email list and so shake movements and make things happen, it's Amanda and Hire You. So thank you. All right, so Susan, what do you got for Amanda?
All right, Amanda, I'm going to be calling you because I have a movement. But anyway, that's on the side. Amanda, you're great because obviously you know what you're doing, you know what you're selling, you know your product, and you've just chosen the hardest thing to sell, which is something you're telling somebody that they don't need what they want. And this is the hardest thing. So one of the things is you came in with very good, strong assertion, because you have to be, because you're switching their mindset. The only thing that would have added to it, and because you don't have a 3-minute time, so kudos on you, is be more validating and compassionate with the emotion transference towards your prospect, because they are suffering the fear of having to do the work. So with more validation on their emotions would really connect you a lot more and have them share more of their concerns within that short period of time. And then the yes would have been to have the next appointment to go more thoroughly into what you would do to handhold them. But other than that, I give you a 9.4 because I want to buy you, even though I don't know. So there you go.
Cool.
Awesome.
If I can tell the judges, man, I'm doing something right. Thank you. Look forward to talking with you, Susan.
Jan, what do you got? You're muted.
We can't hear you.
Susan, you were so on point with that, with what you said, because Amanda, you come across, and I put the words knowledgeable, intelligent, really shows that you're just determined. Whatever you set your mind to do, you're probably going to get it done. The only thing, just as Susan said, would have been just to tie in a little bit more emotion to that. You have wonderful eyebrow motions when you speak, and that's great because it's a sign of acknowledgement to the other person. The only thing I found is that you kind of rock back and forth and you moved your chair a bit. So you mustn't do that if you're in front of a camera and you're trying to sell, because it's a distraction gesture. So make sure that you don't do that. And then it's also called, something you did was shifting anchor points. So look, Amanda, I'm going to just, you say I'll talk and then I'm going to move myself like this. That's not good, because people do that. No, when they shift too much when they're talking, it's kind of like indecisiveness of the person. But I mean, you came across as so strong and so solid. I just put the good eyebrow raise. I put the don't do rocking back and forth. Your voice is really enthusiastic. It's really, really strong. And the great thing about you is that every time you ask a question, after you ask the question, you smile, which is kind of cool. So I thought that was great. I gave you a 9.6, Miss Amanda.
Boom, there it is. Amazing, thank you. All right, so up next we got, let's go with the lawyer, the couple lawyers over here in the room. So let's go with Andrea first. Hi, Andrea.
Love for you.
Oh, there it is.
Sorry, here you go.
Yes.
Okay. I would love for you to be a student who just graduated college and just got accepted to law school. And it's a casual encounter. I know your family, so we're kind of acquainted with each other. We've seen each other before, and but it's a casual encounter. We good?
All right, yeah.
Okay, let's go. Hi, how are you?
Hey, Andrea, good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How's your family?
Things are amazing. You know, I just got the news that I got accepted into law school. So I'm super excited about that. And you know how we've been at the house, you know, my mom and everything. So it's just a lot of excitement happening.
I know. That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. I heard that you recently got accepted, and that is so, so exciting. I mean, I remember when I got accepted to law school, and I was really excited, over the moon, thrilled, but I was scared. I was like a little nervous. So you have any of those feelings?
Absolutely, yes. It's when I got the letter, it was a combination of like wow, but like whoa, this is actually real. It's happening. Yes, I'm feeling the fears.
Yeah, I mean, and that I have to tell you, that is totally normal. It happened to me, and I've spoken with tons of students, and it's something that's totally normal, happens to everyone. And it's because, you know, law school can be overwhelming. I didn't know anyone that was a lawyer, I didn't know any students that were in school. So it can be overwhelming. You don't know what you're going to get thrown at you. You know, you don't know the kind of assignments, how many assignments, and all you know is basically what you see in the movies, don't you?
Yeah, yes. I mean, I'm hoping is a lot softer than that, but by the sound of it, and by talking to other students, it sounds like it's not as smooth. But what would you suggest? You know, I don't. You've been through it, but
Yeah,
please.
well, actually, I was gonna suggest to you a new program I've created. You know, I spent a few years after I graduated just compiling some notes of things I learned, and I've spoken to many students, and I've wrote everything down, and I created this 1-year mentorship program. And it's basically where you and I, the student, you know, we work hand in hand to help your experience during law school, for you to thrive in law school and eventually become a great professional, you know, that whatever you want to reach, you can actually do it. And that program, we work that whole year. We work on everything from your resume to your cover letter to interviews, because that first job you get during that summer after the first year of law school is, I would say, super, super important. It's essential for your career. So if you would agree, I can totally set up a meeting and we can work out what are your needs, so we can figure that out, and you can just transition to law school and it's seamless. So you don't feel that overwhelming thing when you get in there. What do you say?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're basically saying everything that I'm wanting, and I have no idea how to do it other than just going in there blind. So the fact that you've already done it and you're so graciously offering your help, then yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind having a conversation and seeing how things can move forward. Thank
Perfect.
you.
Awesome. Then I'll set up the meeting.
Amazing. How did that feel for you, Andrea?
I was really nervous at first, but after you start, like, it feels a little bit more natural, but I was a little bit nervous.
Well, you did amazing, because
Thank
what you're
you.
doing as being a mentor to students, it's something that's necessary. And I've told you this in the past, so
Yeah.
it's awesome to up to. Thank you. Awesome. All right, Tiffany. What do you
Yeah,
have for Andrea?
amazing. Yeah, Andrea, you did so good. Literally, I'm giving your score first. So I give you a 9, straight up, and I am one of the toughest scorers on this entire show. That was so beautiful. You were in your heart. You made beautiful rapport. And I'm just gonna drop in with this, you know, straight up, guys, this goes for all of you. It doesn't matter if you're talking to a friend's daughter or husband, or excuse me, or a business partner, or anybody. When you're in your heart and you have that confidence, but yet heart-centeredness and natural flow, the way she just did here, that's the connection we're looking for. And that's where influence starts and kind of transcends into what we call agreement formation. The only thing I did not make you 9.5, and by the way, nobody's a 10, because we always have room for improvement, is you hit the point, what we call pain point in the formula, and you gave it to him. You said, you know, isn't this overwhelming? I would have liked to see you step into a different frame of, so what's overwhelming about this process? Because it's, you know, going to college, especially law school, we know some parts of it are going to be overwhelming. So you have that to your benefit. But more of like opening it up to an open question instead of a close-ending question. So like, what about this process are you nervous about? That would even be fine. Or, you know, maybe not nervous. I liked overwhelming. But that's the only thing I would have changed. Straight up, best one I've seen all day. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Tiffany Armstrong in the house with the judges. That was amazing feedback. Thank you, Tiffany.
Yeah.
All right, Jan.
Okay. Hi. Oops. I'm ready to go.
Good,
Hey,
yeah.
Miss Andrea, it's good to see you. So I just put a little bit of things for feedback. First of all, she comes across as really genuine. And the second thing is that when she listens, she tilts her head. So that's a really good sign, because when the head is tilted, it's like you're really taking into consideration what someone is saying. And at first you started to use your hands well. So at first, you did this, which is good. When your hands are at a 45-degree angle, it means acceptance. But then you got to where you had flyaway hands. You started doing something like this. You tend to keep your arms, I noticed, close to your body. So that's a protectiveness issue, I think, a little bit. It's okay to kind of relax them and then really bring people in. Because after a while, you kind of got to where you moved them a little too much, and then you started doing this. So you never want to let them see that you may feel a little bit nervous. It would be better to just have used some deliberate gestures. Maybe, this is one that I tell people to use a lot. It's called the steeple, Andrea, and it's a big, big sign of confidence. Just the tips of your fingers are touching really gently, not like you're praying, but it's a gesture that says, I'm really confident with what I'm saying. So if you notice that your hands get too fly away and you don't know what else to do with them, just kind of sit back and then say a few sentences like this, and then you can bring your hands back down. But I gave you a 9.2. I thought it was so good because you're so genuine, but I could see a little bit of nervousness in some of the flyaway hand motions that you did. You did great,
Thank you.
Amazing. And did you score? Did you say a score?
I said I scored 9.2. And you know what's so good about having Tiffany also here? Tiffany, I want to tell you this, is that Tiffany is so good with listening. And so I think it's so great when Susan and I can actually see what's going on, but then Tiffany's so good with taking in the right words. And Tiffany's good at taking the sound of the voice, because the sound of a person's voice is going to tell a lot about their level of enthusiasm and their interest. So I think it's great when you have a judge like Tiffany and then have a judge like Susan and I together, then the person gets a whole lot of feedback that I think is beneficial.
Oh my God, yes. It's transformational, if you ask me. Thank you. Thank you for that addition. Awesome. So up next, let's kick it over to Stevie G. Who do you want me to be?
You can be what you want to. You can be what you want to, baby. Well, thank you very much. You are going to be who you are, Andres. You are a master coach, personal development expert, and we met a couple months ago at the Unblinded event in Unblinded conference in New Jersey, and so I'm just calling to catch up with you, if that's okay. And
awesome.
The invitation I'm going to, or what I'm promoting to you, offering you, is for you to join a professional organization that I am a part of that will help you take your business to the next level.
Amazing. Ready.
There we go. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Andres, thanks for committing the time to speak with me this afternoon. How are you? How are things for you in the beautiful island of Puerto Rico?
There's always time for CVG. Things are great over here. It's sunny. It's beautiful, and every day is a beautiful day. How are you?
Well, I'm outstanding. Thank you. Now, I think you may have told me, what community do you live in?
Bayamón in Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Bayamón. If I remember correctly, that's considered the El Pueblo del Chicharrón, which means
yes.
the fried pig skin. They're like the experts in fried pig skin, those snacks. And so, is that where you were born? Is that where you were born?
Yes. I was. San Juan and Bayamon, they're right next to each other, but I've been living in Bayamon for all my life. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Listen, you might recall that we met briefly at the Unblinded conference last year, and I remember you mentioned that you were a personal development coach. Is that still your focus?
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. And we didn't get a chance to talk about this, but do you prefer one-to-one coaching or do you prefer the one-to-many approach?
Thank you. Well, I do a combination of both. I love the one-to-one work because I really get to dive deep into someone's desires and ultimately what they can do to grow and move where they want to be. But there's different dynamics, different ways of helping people, and I love being able to do both.
Wonderful. I have to imagine, like with all of my other friends who are coaches and speakers, that COVID has really impacted your ability to do live events. As far as things on the island goes, and the stress level with people and political unrest, et cetera, what do you see as the future for holding live events there?
To be honest, I don't know. In the meantime, things are pretty much the curfew at 10 p.m. still, you know, and it's
Wow.
just I mean, there's no live events happening other than people going out to bars and just not following rules. But it's just part of the Puerto Rican culture, I guess, not following rules. But things are. But regarding live events, it's difficult. Yeah.
Wow, it sounds like your community is probably far more strict than at least where we are in Denver, Colorado, and other parts of the United States. We certainly don't have those curfews, and the ability to gather together is limited, but it's not prohibited altogether. So with that limitation on your ability to impact lots of people, do you have a digital program that you offer to the marketplace?
I do, yes. I have a program called Achieving Impossible Goals. And it's a 5-week program where I help people on a weekly basis. So they have live calls with me, and it's an automated program so they can take advantage of it.
How excellent, how excellent. Well, good for you. Let me ask you, do you have all the marketing channels that you need in order to promote your program to the marketplace, or could you use more?
I could definitely use more.
So what I hear you saying is, well, let me put it to you this way. If you could gain access to a community of business professionals where global business professionals who'd be open to meeting you and you can share your product and services with them, would you be open to that?
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but I have another call that I have to attend to, but let's coordinate another meeting and talk about this because I'm super interested.
Well, very good. I can't promise you anything, but yeah, let's have another call. How's Friday of this week look for you?
It works perfectly.
Okay, very good. I'll send you a Zoom invite and we'll continue the conversation.
Amazing. Yes. Thank you, Steve.
Okay, brother. Thank you.
Awesome. Talk to you then. Great. How did that feel for you, Steve?
It felt very good.
Good. Well, having that conversation already a couple of weeks ago, I know you're masterful at what you do. So thank you. Thank you. Awesome. All right. So Susan.
All right. Well, Steve, you're not ever short of love. I tell you that. Your voice is amazing. So just your voice alone would get the yes on anybody. Oh no, I love listening to your voice. The challenging part is the 3 minutes. And I think this is for everybody, right? Because Steve, your personality is more rapport building and you actually get the love and then everything else is like automatic yes. So trying to get that yes in 3 minutes is highly strategic, and it goes a little bit against the grain of what your natural personality is, which is all love, right? So your personal rapport was excellent. You took into a comfort level almost instantaneously. I think you used your voice. And I like the way you quickly transitioned with more assertiveness into more strategic, leading him towards a certain way. And I would want to see more of the leading within that 3 minute, but obviously in your real life, you might not need it, but for the 3 minutes, definitely the leading is much more important. But other than that, just with the persona that you exude, I give you a 9.3.
Awesome. Thank you, Susan. All right, we got Jan. Muted.
I'm here. Wow, Steve, I can see that what Steve does for a living certainly shows out in how he speaks and how he presents. So he comes across as really sweet. Steve, did you know that? You come across as really sweet. I don't know how you do that, but that's a wonderful thing. And also, you get what you want, but you don't pressure people. That was like the best thing, because I would have said yes to you, you know, because you didn't like push it. You just kind of said what you wanted, and you said it with sincerity. So I thought that was good. And the great things about you, you do head nods when someone's talking with you, Steve, and that's a sign of encouragement for the other person to speak. So 2 head nods are like, yeah, keep talking because I'm listening. When people do 3 head nods, that means they want you to shut up because they want to talk. But you didn't do 3, you did 2, which is the best. You had great eye contact, and that's what I wanted to ask you. Were you looking at your camera? Were you doing it on purpose to look at your camera, Steve?
Yes, that's what I do.
You see, because y'all, it made a difference when Steve was looking at his camera. Then it felt like he was looking right at me. So I want everybody else to take that into consideration. And you have a habit, Steve, of doing this, which is great. You kind of bring your hands together. You either do this or you bring your hands this way, and that's almost as though you're giving the impression to your listener that you want to bring yourself with them, that you want to gather things together, that you want to work with them. And then at one point you did this. So when you did this, it showed me deep concern for what he was answering. You was saying to him, where were you born? And so you kind of did this. And so it's a sign that you were interested, or maybe that you wanted to sock yourself out. I didn't really know, but at least you did it. It showed me that there was some personality. So, I mean, I could not say anything negative about you. I gave you a 9.5, my friend.
Thank you very
much.
It was so good.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey.
His
Yeah.
eyes
Can I
were
jump
good.
in? Oh.
Please.
Can I jump in really quick? Yeah, Steve, I'm sorry, I have to say something. Steve, I known you for almost a year now, and drop the mic, dude. That was amazing. Every single everything was hit in the 9s, like 9.99 across the board as far as formula goes. That is what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. That was absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad I was here to see that. So thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Yep.
Amazing. All right, let's kick it over to Savi. You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry about that. So we're gonna keep it in the.
What do you want me to be?
We're gonna keep it in the food industry, and you're going to be a 3rd generation business owner.
Okay.
And we know each other. We've known each other. We're contemporaries. We've known each other since childhood, growing up. But and you just moved and you just upgraded from a food truck to getting a locale in San Juan.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So it's a restaurant. All right. Food truck.
Now you have a restaurant.
Now I have an actual restaurant. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. And you're calling me. We're meeting up.
I'm calling you. Yes.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
Cool.
Take it away.
Oh, and Andrew. Keeping it Andrew. Hey, Andrew. How are you?
Hey, Savi. Yeah, I'm great. How are you?
Good. Good to hear from you, brother. Or good to hear you. Just let me congratulate you on the expansion of the business, going from the food truck to now in San Juan. How do you feel about that's exciting times? Business is good. How's it going?
Yes. No, I mean it's close to my heart because I started with nothing, and it was just an idea, and it was a food truck, like a small food truck that got painted, and then this wild idea. Now money starts rolling in, and now I find a place, a hot spot. So it's exciting, but at the same time it's more responsibility. So just excited, really. Thank you for asking.
Absolutely, because it's I was talking to my older brother, and we were deciding where to have lunch, and as soon as I mentioned Andrew's, his face smiles from ear to ear, like ding 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 ding. Yes, we're definitely going to Andrew's. And on the way there, he was talking about you. He was talking, oh yeah, I love Andrew, and getting very personal. And wait, how do you know Andrew? And then it just clicked. Of course, he's talking about his grandpa. You've been having, this is a generational business that you've continued growing and expanding to now having locale. And you're not just selling the most exquisite sandwich you've ever had. You are, sharing umami, which is one of the greatest experiences that a human being can have. And so I thought, how incredible would it be to capture and translate that message, because that's love. That's like agriculture. It's in the blood, and to have the opportunity to produce a cinematic commercial story for Andrews. Would that be something that you'd be interested in exploring?
Well, I mean, just the way that you said it, when you say love, I mean, that's what I put into everything that I do, you know. So hey, when you say cinematography, and you were talking about, like, what are you thinking about, a trailer or something like that, like making a trailer out of the experience?
Exposing essentially the heart of Andrews. It's not just a sandwich, it's an experience. It's love carried through generation to generation, and breathing new air into it, as you are now with this expansion. And so I thought it would be a beautiful idea for us to set up a longer conversation, so we can have a creative talk into how this could potentially benefit Andrews and add up to that acceleration process that you're beautifully continuing.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to. You know, I've known you for a long time, so yeah, let's set up a time and talk about how we can work on that together. Thank you.
That sounds awesome. Thank you, brother.
Buenísimo. Amazing. All right, so Tiffany, what do you got?
Yeah, I could tell you were nervous. Your voice sounded a little shaky at times. So I would just be more in my heart versus my head, thinking about what to say, feeling myself through the conversation a bit more. And when you're talking to somebody, and especially somebody that has like a generational business, like, just think about that. Like, generational business, this has been in their family for years, and it's a responsibility and it's a tradition. And there's all these words that come into my head when I think about that. And so one of the questions maybe that would have been great to start out with is like, why? Like, why? Like, even if you already know why, asking them, like, why do you continue to do this for your family? You know, what is it that's so special to you? Because as you know, who you are professionally, your job is to capture that. And like, in the very beginning of a conversation, if you were to pull that out of a person who is running a generational business, it's done. I mean, it's not done, but that connection is there, and it you know, it's very strong. So I would just anchor in on that for starters. But good job. And I give you a 7.
Awesome, Tiffany. Thank you. Jan.
I first started watching you, and is it Xavier?
Yeah.
Javier?
Xavier.
I thought it was at a baseball game, because you did this and you did this and you rubbed your ear. I thought you were giving me a baseball signal, because you were doing all of the things at the same time. I thought it was so cute. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you did this and you did this and you did this. I was like, okay, he's going to be hard to grade. But you were so excited. I put that you had a perpetual smile. You are a genuine encourager of others, which is a great trait for you to have. Whatever he said, you encouraged him on. So I thought that was great. Your gestures were wonderful. Even when you said it's in the blood, did you realize that you caught yourself here on this arm? So I know that you're a sincere person. You come across as sincere. She said you might have been a little bit nervous in your voice, but your body language was good. It was enthusiastic. It was real. It was like you were kind of trying to get to the grid, trying to get, build this connection between the two. I gave you an 8.3. And I said, if he runs a baseball team, I'm going to join his team, because I want to start doing all these gestures at the same time too. You did a good job.
Thank you.
How did that feel for you, Sally?
Accelerating, no pun, right? But really fast, happening, yeah, really fast. And I have that tendency. I did notice that it's in the blood, but these things, I have no recollection of ever doing them. Yeah, one of those, it's kind of in par with one of my actual notes, which is to slow down. And so there's that component element. And Tiffany, you mentioning that the why, it's such a, it's, I feel like if I would have had it slowed down and be more, as you said, in my heart and in the moment, just instead of up here, I could have been able to grasp that. And as you said, it's not a done, but it's like, it's pretty damn close.
You know what's a good thing though that you did and that you do constantly? You see this? You see kind of like you do this? That's a good gesture. It's an evaluation gesture. So when you do this, you're listening to someone talk, it means that you're kind of evaluating what they're saying. So it's a great gesture to do during these virtual conversations too. So don't stop doing this. Even this is an evaluation gesture. So if you need to do a gesture that's a positive gesture, this is a good one. Even as you did this when you listen to him. So you're getting there. You got it.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Jan. All right. So up next we have Ariana. Welcome, Ariana. Who do you want me to be?
Hi. So I would like you to be CEO for a company with more than 60 employees.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Ready when you are.
So also, like, you were referred to me from a client, so I'm calling you to check in and see what you want.
Okay, amazing. Yes. Take it away.
Hello. Hi, Andres. How are you today?
Hi, how are you? Yes. Who is this?
This is Ariana. My client gave me your phone because she said you needed some help.
Yes. Oh, yes. I remember now. Yes. You're the yoga instructor, right, Ariana?
That's correct.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you for calling me. Yes, I have a few minutes, but I've been wanting to call you, wanting to talk to you.
Well, thank you for your time. So how are you feeling? How is it to be the head of such a big company?
Well, yeah, thank you. I mean, that's kind of sort of the reason why I'm wanting to explore this avenue of yoga, because I feel like it's a lot, and the business is doing well, but I feel like with all the work that's happening, the body takes a toll, and I'm feeling stiff, and Brittany said some beautiful things about you and about the work that you've done with her. So I was curious, because I feel like my body needs it.
Okay, so I hear that your body is feeling some stress of work, and how is that maybe affecting other things? Like, how is that with your employees or your relations at home? Is that having an effect on it?
Yes. Well, yeah, I mean, it's making me feel tired, pain in some areas of my body, but like nothing like super bad, but it's, I can see my energy levels sometimes they dip down. And I'm just looking for ways to make it better, because it's mainly on my attitude. Like when I get home, I'm just tired, and feeling stiff doesn't really help. So I don't want to make my wife back at home just take time out of her schedule to help me, even though she would do it. But we're all getting tired. So I mean, it's really affecting.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, great power comes with great responsibility, and that can be definitely stressful and be reflected in your other relations. So through yoga, I can teach you several techniques that will help with all of that, starting with making you feel better in your body, and then having a much more peaceful mind, and that will be definitely make you enhance your time at home and time with other people, including your employees. So how about we meet so I can show you a little bit of this and talk more about it.
That would be amazing. Thank you. Thank you for calling. I was meaning to call you, but so happy that you did. And let's set up that time.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for the opportunity.
Awesome. I'll send you a text and we'll coordinate.
Perfect.
Amazing. All right. Thank you, Adriana. Bye. Hey. How did that feel for you, Adriana?
Felt pretty good. Feeling a little bit hot here, so that was bugging me, but I have the light right in my face, so
A little bit of the nerves showing up, yeah. No, but you did amazing. You did amazing. It flowed. It felt great on my end. It felt like you were listening to me. So I'll kick it over to the judges, but beautiful job. Susan, what do you got?
Right, Ariana, good job. Really good job. I mean, obviously you are good at your job. You do exude that spiritual energy that makes everybody feel comfortable. And that's exactly what you did with him. That's what I call the transference of energy, right? Because you did it through intention, which is very obvious, and the words didn't matter. So great job on that. You have a very strong voice, which is really good. And you sounded interested. Right. So which is really, you were interested, you were trying to tap into where his pain points were. You did a great job on the question, asking those questions to tap into the pain points. And the only micro distinction I have to add here is, if you want to elevate it within 3 minutes, is to keep him and why he needs to stay inspired to go into taking care of himself on a spiritual yoga level. Because, and that's the thing, right? We could talk about pain points, but we have to remind them very quickly why they love what they do, right? So ask him why he loves what he does and why, then go right into the pain points. But other than that, you did a great job. 9.4 on that one.
All right, Jan.
You know what is the best thing about this pretty lady, Adriana? Her face is exactly, there's exact symmetry on both sides of her face. That's why you told me the most beautiful people are from Puerto Rico. And I get it, because when the face is the same on both sides, if you look at her face really well, if she's not even smiling, it's exactly alike. So then when a face is that symmetrical, those people appear more trustworthy than someone who kind of talks on the side. When someone talks on the side, that's who they have in the movies as a, you know, a bad actor because he's going to be naughty. But hers is just so perfect, which is a wonderful thing. I just noticed that right away. So therefore you come so trustworthy. You have a good smile. Your voice, I thought, was not as peaceful as your occupation seems to be. So, and two, I wanted to see your hands. And the thing about you, when you use your hands, if it's going to be a call this way where they can see you in the call, make sure, because your occupation is kind of bringing peace to the soul and peace to the body. So when you're going to use your hand motions, when you're talking in this kind of situation, I want you to make your hand motions really smooth, because you're trying to bring peace to that person's life, and you can kind of show that you will do that. You don't ever want to talk with jerky motions, depending on your occupation. You want to talk with them and your hands are kind of going smoothly this way. So I put that, you need something peaceful, something soothing in your gestures. You have a great tilt of your head, so that shows interest. And when he asks you a question, your eyes tend to go up to the left. So that's a good thing, because when eyes go to the left, it means you're looking up there for information. If your eyes go to the right, it usually means that you're lying, but your eyes went to the left. So I thought that was really good. I gave you a 9.2. So I hope what I said, does that kind of help you when you have to really talk with people and maybe show your hands just a little bit, because that's how they're going to trust you. But keep in mind what your occupation is. So make your hand motions coincide with the occupation that you have. Okay.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. So last but definitely not least, we have Alexiomar in the house. Talk to me, brother. Who do you want me to be?
I want you to be a service provider.
Okay.
Maybe you can be yourself. And the thing here is that we just ended a live conversation, just as the one we had last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. So we just ended a Facebook Live or something like that, and you go off the air, and now we're talking, you know, more intimately. This conversation is between you, Andres, and me. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
Perfect. So we get off the air, and I'm like, "Yo, Andres, that was dope, right?"
That was amazing. Yes. No. Thank you. Thank you for doing this together. This was fun.
Thank you for the time of interviewing me. It's been a pleasure to share with your community. So thank you. I was wondering, how have things been in your business since the pandemic?
Thank you for asking. You know, it's been and thank you for being here and sharing what you do with more people. So, but thank you for asking. Yeah, it's been a process of getting creative you know, and getting creative and creating new things and merging ecosystems and ultimately new relationships and strategic alliances. So there's been a lot of virtual speaking engagements, a lot of stepping out of my comfort zone and really creating things from what we're facing, you know, because it's stopping is not an option. So that's how it's been, you know, just constant creativity, constant innovation.
Yeah, man, I feel you. I feel you. I'm in the same position, and I wanna know more about what is your current method of attracting potential clients to your business with all this stuff going.
Thank you. Yeah, so it's all organic for now. So I'm doing, whenever I do speaking engagements or someone invites me to their podcast or I'm being interviewed or even through the podcast, that acts as a filter for people. And then as I use call to action, that creates a coaching session, so complimentary coaching sessions. And when there's a need, ultimately that transitions into new clients, you know, and that's the way that I've been doing it so far. So it's mainly been organic. And I'm stepping into the online and social world, but that's how I get clients. That's how I grow.
Yeah. And how is that working for you?
Well, it's working. It's working for me. You know, it's moving faster than I thought. You know, and it can always get better, obviously, but it's working. You know, I wouldn't say it's not, but there's definitely ways to make it better.
Yeah, I think there's ways to grow your income, your impact, and obviously your influence. So if you would like to explore how maybe I'm doing things and share a little bit of what is working for me, we could set up a meeting and we could have some virtual coffee. What do you think?
Yes, no, I see you doing amazing things online, especially. So I've been meaning to have that conversation with you, because with the videos and how you set them up and how you lead them into online products, I would love to have that virtual coffee. So let's set up a time. What works best for you?
Perfect. So I'll see you then. I'm gonna text you and we'll see you in maybe next week.
All right, perfect. We'll talk soon. Thank you, man. Awesome. Okay, good. That was familiar to you, but how did it feel being in the role play?
I was nervous as what can be because the language barrier. It's been a time since I've been, communicating in English. So maybe if it was in Spanish, I would have been more comfortable and confident. But the language barrier is like holding me back.
Well, brother, I would say it did nothing like holding you back because you stood strong. Thank you for your vulnerability and stepping into it. That's what it's all about. All right. So you did amazing. That was not anything that hindered you. You showed up, you stepped up, and that's what amazing people will do. So thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. So Tiffany.
Yeah,
What do you got for
amazing.
judging?
I actually, I don't know how your energy is when you're speaking Spanish, but like straight up, your energy was in your heart. I thought it was very beautiful. You started out the way we like to see with Unblinded, like, hey, that was dope, right? Hey, yeah, like fun energy, right? Like that was so fun. It's like, yeah, let's go. And then you brought it back. You brought it back home. I think you missed an access point, and this is me being picky. He said he was stepping out of his comfort zone. That is not something I hear people say a lot. So when we're talking about influence mastery, when we hear somebody, that's opening up our listening. When we hear somebody say like something that pops, right? It's like, who talks about being out of their comfort zone? I want to know more about that, because it's those things. Nobody says anything they don't want to talk about. Nothing. So he said, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. It's like, boom, there's an access point. So after he was done speaking, you said, hey, yeah, me too. So instead of saying that, because that's putting the focus, the intention back on you, when it's all about him, right? He's the potential client. So it's like, wow. It's like this, like, wow. So you've been like stepping out of your comfort zone, like, whoa, like, what does that feel like? You feel that? Like, whoa, we just went deep. And that's how we're going to build rapport. And that's how we're going to get to a sale and integrity. But all in all, I liked how you ended. I would have liked to see you, offer 1 or 2 dates instead of, yeah, I'll just text you, because like, what if you text him and then he's not available and you have this whole runaround thing and it's like, oh, connection is lost, like blah. Like, no, okay, our morning or afternoons work best. Great. I'll text you 2 dates. Right. And so boom, just kind of go that way a little bit more, like a targeted date. But I know it was a lot of feedback, but I see a lot in you. I think you could go far. So that's why I offered so much feedback to you. And I'm going to give you a 7.5, but I would love to see you come back and do it in English again so I can attend. So good job though.
Thank you.
Yep.
That was amazing, Tiffany. Like this, what you've done with and all of you, like this wraps it up, right? But all of you, Tiffany, just what an introspection into the formula and helping people see what they don't see. Thank you for being so masterful and being so committed to growth, because it shows. It shows. And Susan, Jan, powerhouses, lie detectors, worldwide body expert, body language expert. Thank you so much for being here and for giving all these people your gifts, because it's all about getting better, and it's all about getting in our heart, and it's all about influencing beautiful things to happen. So thank you all for being here.
Hey.
All of you guys, thank you. This was amazing. Yeah, thank you. We're gonna be doing this more. Yeah, please.
Before we take off, I would like to hear Jan and Susan's feedback, because it's super important for me to.
Yeah. That was my bad. I completely transitioned, but yeah, no, thank you for that. So yeah, go ahead, Jan, please.
I'll do it, Susan, if you don't mind. I'll do it first, and then we can go on. But that was so good that Alexandria, that you did it, and English was not the language you were comfortable with, but you did a good job, because this is what I put down. You come across as very knowledgeable, very analytical. You look very genuine. You have a sincere interest in what's going on. The only negative I found was that when you talk, you'd kind of throw away your left hand. You see what I'm doing here? You see what I'm doing with my left hand? So it's kind of like you're throwing away the information that was just given to you. So just be a little bit careful of that. And in body language, people more trust you if they see your gestures with your right hand, because the reason that the left hand is kind of an unusual hand to gesture with, not because someone's left-handed or right-handed, is because the left hand is controlled from the right side of the head. And the right side of the head is where you can tell a lie from, or you make up a story from. So when people gesture a lot with the left hand, it could be that they're thinking of something that's not true. So it's okay to do it, but I don't want you to throw your hand out. But the 2 good things that you did at the end, when Andreas was closing, you did this. You see, you did this with your thumb. You did it with your left thumb, though, like this, which a thumb display is always going to be a sign of proudness. So it was almost as though, you had your hand in a fist like you were going to punch someone, but you had your thumb up like you were so happy you did it, and you did it successfully. So I thought that was good. And then also at the end, look, you did this. You kind of brought your hands this way, which was good. You wanted to bring it, showing in visual terms that you're bringing you and him together. So I thought it was good. I gave you an 8.8, and I hope that helps you. So just watch that left hand. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, my friend.
Amazing. Take it home, Susan.
All right. Alexiomar, honestly, I just saw the beauty that came out of you. And there's only one language in the world, and that is love, right? And it's interesting how you are sitting beside your wife, because this is my forte. I watch the 2 energies, and I know why you're married now. And Alexiomar, I want you to remember this. Tap into her heart. Because when she communicates, there's no language. She only communicates in the heart. That's why you guys are married. You are analytical. And that's why you guys make the most beautiful unity. So when you tap into each other's energy, she taps into your brain, you tap into her heart. That's where there's no language barrier. There's no cultural block. Okay. So Alexiomar, I want you to talk more with love. It doesn't matter what language you are speaking in. You could be speaking in Chinese. It doesn't matter, because I saw the love. And the only block you had to that love showing to Andreas in that presentation was because you were worried about how you sounded. So stop it. I want to see the love.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is amazing. Well, no, I couldn't be more honored for Jan, Susan, Tiffany, all of you, Ariana, Savi, Alejandro, Juan, Steve, Alexiomar, Andrea, and Adrian. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this. And with that said, we're all blind and just learning to see. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Rest of your evening.
Thank you so
And
much.
we'll see you next time.
Thank you, Jan, Tiffany, and Susan.
Thank
Great
you.
job, everybody. Great job. Love you all.
Yeah, it was really good, Andreas. Really, really good.
Thank you, Jan. I truly appreciate that. You would honor us if you're when we start doing here Real Raw Puerto Rico, that you're on there, because
I'm there.
people need to hear magic, and I know you want to watch beautiful people perform. So we'll invite you again, definitely.
Wait. Jan, are you still there? Yeah.
I'm here.
Hey, first of all, it was good to see you. Second of all, do you have a minute to tell the story that Sean was talking about?
Oh, about the dangling of the shoe?
Yes.
Because, I wrote 5 books in body language, and one book is about lovers' body language. So things that ladies do and things that men do that say, oh, baby, get over here. The number one gesture that women do when they're attracted to someone is that they cross their leg towards the person they're attracted to, because women always cross their legs towards people they like and against people they don't like. So let's say I'm sitting by you, Tiffany, and I like you, well, then I'm going to cross my leg towards you. And then if I want you to start noticing me, I'm going to kind of start to swing my leg a little bit. Not a fast swing. It's more of like a calculated swing. It's like saying, please notice me because I like you. And then the number one gesture that ladies do when they're really enthralled with someone and they want them to ask them out is that a lady dangles her shoe. Number one courtship gesture in the world is that women will dangle their shoes. So those of you who are on here and you see a lady dangling her shoe and you're near her, you need to go talk with her, because something you're doing is making her feel uncomfortable and she wants to have some action with you. That's what he was talking about.
I love it.
So whenever I see Sean, I dangle my shoe.
Zoom, I was dangling the whole time.
Oh, that means everybody in Puerto Rico was so good looking. And you know what? When men find someone attractive and they don't know how to tell that person they find them attractive, men will always pull up their socks. They will just nonchalantly reach down, kind of pull up the socks. Sock pulling is the number one male courtship gesture in the world. Shoe dangling is the number one female courtship gesture in the world. And men sometimes will just kind of sneak a pull. Anytime he touches a sock, something the person's doing that's making him nervous, it is the number one gesture of like saying, I think you're cute. Because think where it goes back to. You might have 2 young guys talking with each other and one will say to the other, you need to see this girl. She will knock your socks off.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
It is the number one gesture that men do. So Tiffany, watch your little hubby when he pulls his socks up.
What if I pull his sock up? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's some more action going on there, Tiff. I need to write another book on that.
Amazing.
All right. Thank you, Jan.
Oh, it was so fun being with y'all tonight. I miss y'all.
I know. It was so good to see you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Thank you all again. This was awesome. Glad to have you, and I hope to have you here again for further events moving forward. All right. So have a beautiful night, everybody. So blessed to have you here and grateful. So thank you.
Thank you, Andres. Good job.